In the remote corners of forgotten towns, where the silence is broken only by the wind, unsettling stories linger just beneath the surface. Residents speak in hushed tones of strange figures glimpsed at dusk, and of doors that creak open when no one is near. Police archives reveal a pattern of disappearances, each more mysterious than the last, while local folklore weaves tales of malevolent forces lurking in the woods. Eyewitnesses recall chilling encounters that defy explanation, their voices trembling as they recount what they saw. Tonight, we delve into these true accounts, searching for answers in the darkness and questioning what might be watching from the shadows. It began as an ordinary jog through the dense, silent woods, a ritual that always brought a sense of calm. But tonight, the air felt heavier, the shadows deeper. Halfway down the trail, the narrator's phone vibrated with an anonymous airdrop, a grainy photograph unmistakably taken from behind a tree, showing them mid-stride. Panic set in as the realization dawned. Someone was watching, documenting every move. The forest, once familiar, became a labyrinth of menace, each snapping twig echoing with the possibility of pursuit. Who was the unseen observer, and how long had they been lurking in the darkness? The answer remains lost among the trees. When Emily moved into her detached garage apartment, she expected solitude, a quiet space to begin her new chapter. But the silence was soon broken by the unmistakable sound of footsteps echoing in the night, and strange noises emanating from the corners of her home. She often glimpsed a shadowy figure lingering just beyond the reach of her porch light, its presence unsettling, yet elusive. Neighbors began to whisper about a homeless man who matched the apparition's description, claiming he had been seen wandering the alleyways nearby. Police reports revealed traces of someone living in the abandoned shed behind Emily's apartment, but no one could say for certain whether the man was flesh and blood or something far more disturbing. In the heart of a snow-laden Canadian town, isolation is both a comfort and a curse. On a night when the wind howled and the roads vanished beneath drifts, a teenager found themselves face to face with a new neighbor seeking shelter. The encounter seemed harmless at first, just two strangers sharing warmth against the storm. Yet, in the days that followed, cherished belongings began to disappear. One by one, whispers spread through the quiet streets, questioning who the neighbor truly was and what they had really come searching for in the dead of winter. In the quiet suburbs of a South American city, a young tutor accepted what seemed like a routine assignment. Her student, a middle-aged man, quickly revealed a troubling intensity. His questions grew personal, his comments unsettling. Over time, she noticed that he seemed to know details about her life she had never shared. Police reports later documented her growing fear as she discovered her social media accounts had been accessed and her daily routines observed. What began as a simple tutoring job was now a descent into paranoia, as the line between student and stalker blurred in ways no one could have predicted. But the most chilling revelation was yet to come. In the quiet hours before dawn, the ferry's gentle sway was supposed to offer a sense of safety for those far from home. But for one international student, the routine commute became a waking nightmare. Unsettling photographs began to appear on her phone, images of herself taken from the shadows, always from a distance, always on the move. Police traced the pattern to a man who had stalked several women across the city, yet legal constraints meant he remained free. As dusk falls over the water, one question lingers. How do you protect yourself when the law cannot? In the dimly lit corridors of St. Augustine Memorial, a surgical technician recalls a case that would haunt the entire medical staff for years. The patient, a homeless man found wandering the outskirts of town, was brought in with symptoms that defied explanation. During the procedure, the team discovered his body was riddled with earthworms and tapeworms, writhing beneath his skin and organs. The sight was both grotesque and deeply tragic, a living testament to the horrors of neglect and deprivation. To this day, none of the witnesses can forget the unnatural movements beneath his flesh, nor the chilling silence that followed when the operating room doors finally closed. What else could have survived within him, unseen by human eyes? In the quiet isolation of a rural town, a child's recurring nightmare began with a simple glance toward their bedroom window. Night after night, a shadowy figure lingered just beyond the glass, motionless, yet unmistakably present. The family, weary and skeptical, dismissed the child's fears as mere imagination. But as the sightings grew more frequent and the figure's presence more menacing, the line between legend and reality blurred. When the confrontation finally came, the police report offered no explanation, only a chilling silence that left the town gripped by unanswered questions. On a cold, moonless night, the water park stood silent, its slides and pools looming like forgotten relics. Security guard Thomas Reed began his shift expecting little more than the usual rounds, but the stillness was broken by the sound of splashing, far too deliberate to be the wind. As he approached the main pool, he saw figures moving with unnatural fluidity, their faces obscured, their limbs bending in ways that defied explanation. Reed's flashlight flickered, casting warped shadows across the wet concrete, and the intruders vanished as suddenly as they appeared. Shaken and unable to explain what he had witnessed, Reed filed a report that would haunt him, leaving investigators to wonder what truly emerges when the gates are locked and the world is asleep. Despite exhaustive investigations and countless interviews, the case remains shrouded in uncertainty. Witnesses recall faces they cannot describe, and motives dissolve into shadows, leaving only speculation in their wake. Police reports cite inexplicable phenomena, yet no evidence can fully explain the chilling events. The supernatural lingers just out of reach, haunting the quiet streets and abandoned homes. As the story closes, one question persists. Will we ever truly know what happened, or are some secrets meant to remain buried in darkness?